Hello, 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 and welcome to this edition of Office Hours with Lanora. Hello, everyone. It is a semi-gloomy day, semi-gloomy Wednesday, March 11th, and today I wanted to make sure that I came before you so that we can continue our dialogue and our conversation about the field of real estate. The goal of Office Hours with Lanora is to serve 3 points. The first point is to make sure those individuals that are considering a career in real estate learn what those options are for them to earn a real estate license. The second purpose or goal of Office Hours with Lanora would be those same individuals that are now solidified in their decision and have actively begun a real estate pre-licensing course, help them to achieve and pass that state and national exam on the first attempt. And the third and final goal of Office Hours with Lanora is for those practicing real estate professionals to have a point of resource or a place of resource or a person who they can contact to ensure that they are asking those questions that they may not know because they're new to the business or may have forgotten, but to be that point of resource for the individuals that are actively working in the industry to keep them in the industry. So this week, we're going to discuss a topic that I get so many phone calls about. Now, I know I say that a lot, but this one is for real. I get a ton of phone calls about being a broker versus an agent. So the topic today is basically what is the difference between a real estate broker and a real estate agent for the state of Illinois. Now, I will preference Illinois only because when I speak about changes, more often than not, they're going to be reflective of the state of Illinois. The state of Illinois and other states, we share what is called reciprocity or a likeness in our real estate programs and education and licensure components. But for this purpose only, everything is simply centered around the state of Illinois. So the major difference between a real estate broker and a real estate agent, do they mean the same? Are they two different things? So on and so forth. When I get phone calls, it's typically from someone who may have taken a class, a pre-licensing course before, some years ago. And the terminology was different some years ago. So that person would speak to me and a conversation would go something like this. You know, I'm like, hello, my name is Lanora with the Realtors Real Estate School. You know, how can I help you? And that person will say, well, I know that you have to be a real estate salesperson in Illinois, and I want to earn my real estate license to practice real estate for the state of Illinois. And I said, okay, so that will now be a pre-licensing broker course. And they're like, no, I don't want to be a broker because I don't want to manage anybody. I don't want to tell people what to do. I don't want to own a real estate company. I'm new to the industry. I just want to get my feet wet. And then that's when, for me, the counseling starts because I have to tell them. I'm like, okay, as of May 1st, 2011, the terminology switched. So what used to be real estate salesperson is now equivalent to real estate broker. So that change for us on May 1st, 2011, pushed all of that terminology out of the way, and we simply go by broker. So if it is your first time earning a real estate license to help anyone buy, sell, or lease real estate, more times than not, and I don't know any other option that you would have, you're securing a real estate broker license. So you're going to be taking pre-licensing coursework and then move on to take a state and national exam to earn a broker license. Now, what used to be broker prior to May 1st, 2011 is now managing broker after May 1st, 2011. I know that's confusing. There are some terms that when people call, I hear, and they say realtor, they say real estate agent, they say salesperson, I've even had somebody call, listen, I want to be a real illustrator. I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I think I might be still in a position to help you. So the real illustrator, it was funny to me. So I always remember that. But as of, again, May 1st, 2011, all of those other terms and terminology went away. If it's your first time earning a license in the state of Illinois as of today, and you want to help others buy, sell, or lease real estate, you'll be pursuing a broker license. So you'll take a pre-licensing course, then move on again to take the state and national exam. Pass that exam, once you select your real estate office that you'll be sponsored by and working with, you are now, and you join a real estate association and pay all your dues and fill out the applications and everything, you are now a broker for the state of Illinois. So to make sure that we understand what the role of a broker is, we don't want to use the term to just sell. I don't recommend that you just look at a broker as being a salesperson, because they're actually more than that. Brokers can wear many hats. There are times when I practiced real estate, I was a counselor. I was just without education, of course, and earning a degree. But you have to consult people and educate them on this process of real estate and becoming a buyer and possibly working with the seller. They're selling their home for the first time. They don't know everything. So you're going to be that licensed professional to help walk them through these different stages of the process. So sales is just a component of a real estate broker's day-to-day activities that they would do. There are times that you might have to be a mediator, and maybe you're working with a divorced couple or a family that unfortunately is going through the act of divorce, and you have to visit the wife on this side and the husband on this side, and you have to be that designated person in the middle to field all of what is coming at you to help them close this transaction professionally. So we wear many hats as broker. Now, there are requirements that you must complete, and we'll go a little deeper in this on our very next slide, because I know that I'll be discussing what are the requirements to become a licensed broker for the state of Illinois. And then after that one, it's going to be the requirements to become a residential leasing agent for the state of Illinois. Forgive me, terminology. The difference between a broker and what is now termed a managing broker. So you used to have salesperson, broker. So now it's broker, managing broker. So don't forget, we only work under the license broker or managing broker. And then of course there's leasing agent, but that's not this slide. The difference between a broker and a managing broker will be the responsibilities. Brokers can work with anyone, the three things: buy, sell, or lease real estate. Managing brokers can do the same thing. However, put quotation marks around that first word, managing. They get the opportunity to own a real estate office. They have the opportunity to manage other leasing agents or brokers. So they assume more responsibility as a managing broker with the day-to-day administrative and managerial acts of a real estate office. The managing broker ultimately is either, again, that owner or the person that you'll be talking to on a daily basis as a real estate professional to help you with your transactions, to make sure that the supplies and various things are in the office, to make sure that there's an office for you to practice in. They're going to also be there as a support system. In some cases, they might even serve as a mentor. I know when I started in real estate, my managing broker was highly effective, and he had a high producing team because he made himself available. Although he was a managing broker and had the ability to represent clients, he didn't practice real estate. He made himself available to his people. And I was in an office with about 180 agents at the time. Hence, I said agents because that was 17 years ago. But I do remember his name was Jim, and I remember Jim would go out on our very first few showings or listing appointments where you're representing the seller, and he made himself available 7 days a week so that if we needed a lifeline, because it was the first time that we were, and I said we as the agents back then, now brokers, if we needed support in a way, he made himself available. And that's what a lot of managing brokers will do too. So when you hear the terminology salesperson, real estate agent, real estate broker, it's interchangeably the same thing. But for the purposes of this live, and if you were to secure a license going forward, let's just stick with broker. It'll get you where you gotta go. There's a second reason that sorry guys, it was to, I take notes. There's the terminology that I hear, can a realtor be an agent? Two different things right there. So a realtor, for lack of better words, is a member of the National Association of Realtors. So the National Association of Realtors is but the largest trade association in the United States. That's a very large group with millions of members and participants in that group. The Chicago Association of Realtors, and anyone joining at the local level also become a member of the state level, the Illinois Realtors, the Chicago Association of Realtors at the local level, and the National Association of Realtors. So with the National Association of Realtors comes the term realtor. You cannot call yourself a realtor if you're not a member of the National Association of Realtors, or the acronym NAR, N-A-R. With the National Association of Realtors, there are additional educational components. There are higher professional standards and a code of ethics that realtors adhere to. So that's the one thing that's going to make them different. It's a group. It's an association. It's not a license. So I do get people that call and say, I want to earn my realtor's license or realtor license. No such word as realtor. The word is R-E-A-L-T-O-R. So it's always pronounced realtor. I emphasize the tor to make sure that people know the difference. That's the only time you can call yourself a realtor, is by being a member, again, of the National Association of Realtors. So can a realtor be an agent? Technically, yes. Because remember we said agent is now what is known as broker. But will everyone earning a real estate license be required to become a realtor? No. You're not required to become a realtor. It's a membership. So you're joining to be a part of a membership. However, in most cases, I've never known anyone not to be a member of, personally for myself, of the National Association of Realtors, to call themselves a realtor. You can't do it, don't do it. That belongs to the membership, to that association, to that trade association. Can managing brokers be members of the National Association of Realtors? Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's terminology. It can be confusing at times. I know. That's why I come to bring and break down the various terminology for you, to make sure that you're aware. Because when you're going in the industry and you're meeting with people and you're shaking hands and kissing babies, you want to make sure you know what you're talking about. So this live, again, centered around the difference between the terminology of becoming, or the difference between a broker and an agent. And then we also had an opportunity to learn more about what a realtor is. We are done with that part of the live, so I do want to let you know that classes are starting soon here at the Realtors Real Estate School. My very next class will be Saturday only classes. It gives you the opportunity to work all through the week and then pick up your schooling on Saturdays only. Our next class will start March 21st. We have new hours, which are 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. each Saturday, and it's going to take approximately 10 consecutive Saturdays to complete the required 75-hour pre-licensing course. So if you have not considered a career in real estate and maybe you work during the week and that Saturday schedule will work for you, I do have a few seats available, so don't forget to give me a call at 312-214-5513, or you can email me, ltolliver@chicagorealtor.com, and I'll definitely be able to help you get through that process. The next class after that will be in April. We'll start all of our classes over again, excluding Saturdays, because they would have started on the 21st of March. We'll start a 2-week accelerated course here at our downtown location on April 6th. And then we're coming to the south side, the southeast side, on April 20th, 7300 South Cottage Grove. It's a 2-week accelerated course there. If you require more information, you know what to do. Call or send me an email, and I'll make sure that we get you all of the information that you need. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to both this channel, Lanora, LANORA, as well as the Realtors Real Estate School. And you can now follow me on my YouTube channel, which is Lanora, RRES. I'm loving where the conversations are going. I do get a bunch of emails after the lives, and maybe, I don't know if you're afraid to post your question, but it's okay. We'll get them answered. I'm getting a ton more telephone calls with questions, and if you go onto Lanora, RRES, you'll see the schedule of upcoming topics. I know that we'll talk about, again, the broker pre-licensing course, the leasing agent pre-licensing course, and I think the next one after that is talking about the value of a mentorship relationship. So look forward to it. I thank you for spending your time with me. If there are other areas or topics that you would like for me to discuss and do further research on, send them my way. But you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye for now.